One you have to think about focus, so you don't lose focus all at once, right? You lose focus in small compromises, right? So your focus just doesn't go away. Like there's never a time that you're doing something or on your way to do something and you just, I lost my focus. Like that it doesn't happen. It's a small compromise. For example, the phone situation, we said like our focus is to go make a post, but then you get on and then you see something, you're like, I'm going to do this, and then you know what I mean. Those are compromises that you make that knock you off track. Even if you think about the kid point that you want. Some of the kids that we're in the room having a session, right? They just lose their focus. It's one kid deciding to do something crazy, then it's a triple, then another, then our focus is gone, right? It's all in small compromise. I was about to say a name, but I ain't gonna mention his name. Welcome world, welcome family to another episode of the EL2A Podcast. I'm your host, Gilmore Jr. To the right of me, we got the highest 7 hills, Mr. Eddie Rock. How you feeling today?
I'm all right, bro. What's up with you?
Another day, man. It's another day's journey, and I'm glad, so glad about it. And I'm glad. Another day's journey, man. Another episode, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to the EL2A Podcast. We appreciate you guys that have been watching. I've been tuning into the comments and the viewership, man. So again, we appreciate y'all for thinking it us honorable enough for you to come spend some time with us. Again, what we try to do, we try to give that game, that guidance, attention, motivation, education. We don't try, we give that game, guidance, attention, motivation, education. It is our hopes that you can take something from this podcast and it helps you move forward, right? We sit up here and talk, but it's not law, right? You may hear something you like, you may hear some stuff you don't like. My whole goal, right, is that you think. Like this helps you think and come up with a solution on your own, and then you can create action for yourself. So again, we appreciate you for being here. Stop, like, subscribe, and comment. Stop, like, subscribe, and comment. Stop, like, subscribe, and comment. It's free $99. So show some love to this podcast. Share with somebody. Share this podcast with 3 people. A couple weeks before we put the episode out, we talked about our leadership conference experience, and then a couple weeks after that, we're talking about growth, what's stopping people from growing. We got another fire topic today. And for our viewers, I want y'all to understand the method of our madness, right? The way our EL2A podcast go, we put a episode out with home base, me and Eddie. Then we put an episode out with me and a guest. Then we put an episode out with me and Eddie. Then we put an episode out with a guest. So if you ever wondered the system to how our episodes come out and what come out, you can always suspect the episode with me and Eddie. Then you get an episode with a guest. Then an episode with me and Eddie. And that's the format to what we're doing. So again, stop, like, subscribe. See, I get to start talking fast with that. Stop, like, subscribe, and comment. EL2A Podcast. Cut Different Academy coming soon. Come invest in the future that's going to change the world. We need you. This is a community project. What's up, EL2A family, man? Come invest in the futures that are going to change the world. What you see here right now, man, we are reimagining education, right? We are giving these young boys and showing them who they are and where they're going. We're creating a school-to-career pipeline, and it's happening right here on this property, man. So let's go, EL2A fam. We're going to have a QR code that pops up. You scan that code, all right? And it's going to take you and tell you everything you need to know to come help us invest in the futures that's going to change the world. Let's go. Yeah. Is how this project is going to change the trajectory of our youth, the trajectory of our community. We're going to build the next strong leaders, the next strong fathers, and we're going to ultimately make our community better. But again, we want to hear your input. And again, that's going to be on March 7th at the community building off of MLK. Another day, casino night. Make sure y'all buy your tickets. We'll put a link up for the tickets. You can click the link in the bio. We'll put a flyer up so you can see it. Our casino night. Make sure y'all come show love. The proceeds from this event are going directly to our Summer Leadership Academy, to the experiences that we have for the young people. So, man, come on. We're investing in the youth. We need your help. We can't do this alone. And to get to the episode, the rocket. So, man, we here today. One thing I was thinking about, right? There's so much going on. There's so much going on in this world. Mm-hmm. And did I ask you how you was doing before I get into it? Yeah, how you doing? Yeah. How you doing, bro?
I'm all right, bro.
Yeah, I asked you that
for the
already?
second time. I'm all right.
Oh, I did? Okay. I didn't want to be rude. But anyway, there's a lot going on in the world, man. So it started making me thinking about attention, right? And it started making me think about every time I look out and hear people going on, you got the Super Bowl stuff, right? You got who's people complaining about who's speaking at or performing at the Super Bowl. You got the ICE stuff with, Trump, ICE stuff coming up every week. You got celebrity gossip coming up every week. And it started making me think about attention and distractions, right? And how do you stay focused? You know what I mean? What is actually focus? I actually been working with some folks, probably that seek out me to help them guide their lives. And it started making me think about focus, right? The importance of focus. And I was about to say, why is it so hard? Because I guess it is why it's so hard, but is distraction the new normal? Like, for us to be distracted, is that is it a normal thing to be distracted?
I believe so. You just painted this perfect picture of my household some days. A distraction. So try to read a book with everybody home at one time. It's distraction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's our normal. That's how we operate normally. You know what I'm saying? Within the house, the engaging each other. Just talking and everything like that. So to somebody that's used to being alone and able to read a book or able to sit and think for 30 minutes, by themselves in a quiet room, that's not normal in our household. Yeah. And that may make them or that may affect that person that's used to that type of environment in a way. So I guess you could say, it could be a normal.
Yeah. Check this out. So in 2026, attention is the most valuable currency, and most people are spending it on the wrong thing. So you got to hear me out. So attention is the most valuable currency in 2026, and most people are spending it on the wrong thing. So when you hear that, we involve ourselves in noise, and we adopt noise for no reason. Again, online, and this, I'm not just talking about everybody, even for myself. Like, sometimes you opt yourself into something that wasn't even on your radar. You get online, we got these feeds, or you just got a For You page, and then you didn't go. I've had times where I was going to cut difference page to post a post or to do something, and I get on it and something else catches my attention. Now, what's that? And I click it, right? So it's like, it may be the new normal, right? But if we're going to understand that doesn't give us an excuse to still be distracted, right? If this is the new normal, how do we get around it, right? And that's the conversation I want to have today, right? I want to be helpful for someone, because if it is the new normal, right, and somebody may disagree, you're saying it is, I think I wouldn't say this, it is everywhere. It's hard not to be. Right. You just have to you have to manage it, right? You have to manage that we live in a digital age, right? We got AI, we got all these different, like, you literally go into businesses and you're clicking screens, and so this stuff is everywhere. So this is new. How do we manage that, right? So I kind of want to have a conversation where we're going to deep dive into ourselves. I want to say personally, right? Personally, Eddie Rocker, like, what is, like, distracting you the most? Like, and then, like, you, what personally, what distracts you? Go ahead.
Man, joke, no joke, my kids.
Oh, Lord.
No. But not, because like you said, so it's a part of life. And not even that. So I'll go here. We'll go this way. So within real estate, right? Last year around this time, it was the year started off pretty good in January. So when we break up, everybody, we break up here in the 3 months, the 4 quarters, and it was going pretty good. But now within 2026 of this quarter, I haven't closed one deal yet. And for most people, the noise is that's loud noise. You get me? That you got noise from all different angles. You got noise from other agents that's in the that I know, man, you ain't sold anything yet. You got noise from social media. You go and you seeing different people. I see different people as I scroll on social media that's closing deals each and every day, and it's like, bro, what am I not doing? Yeah. But then you also got noise from inside my own noise within my own my own head. Like, man, Eddie, what you not doing, or what do you need to do more of? So with that, I think what helps me with all the distractions within that realm of the aspect of my life is having the end goal of what I want for the entire 2026 from January through December. So whatever the goal was, or whatever it was that I needed to do to accomplish the goals, that my ultimate goal, I just got to stay focused. And I think that's how you silence the noise. And I think other people have to they have to figure out what their end goal is. So, like, with that the example of, you know, the scenario that you gave, I've caught myself doing that before. You go on social media, or I'm on my phone to make a post, and then something immediately, or not even on social media, I call myself like I get an idea real quick, and it's like, okay, I need to research this idea. With it. The moment I go to my phone, something else pops up, and I check that out, and then I go back to Google, like, what was I supposed to research?
You get what you was about to do.
But now I've taught myself to where the moment I get an idea, even if I don't hit search, like I type it in the search engine, that way that is already there. So if my mind does take me somewhere else, at least when I come back, oh, this is what I was about to research. So
yeah, I think that's fine, writing it down. I think that's a major key to success, right? Any idea you have, because I definitely, like, my mind be all over the place, and I'm thinking, like, I mean, I was even thinking this happened literally today. We're talking about, like, from my time of from leaving the gym, taking a shower, to driving here, to doing all the things, like. And I had so many ideas, and today I didn't write them down, right? This was a reminder, like, I got here, and I was like, dang, bro, I was thinking of something in the shower, and it was a good idea, but it was nowhere to be found. There's a couple things, but it reiterated what we're talking about right now, right? Again, sometimes you have to remind yourself, like, I knew that, I had that concept of mine, but again, today was one of those, like, all right, we got to get real serious on writing your ideas down.
Even my bad, because so you say you were in the shower. How many times have you ever so now we're talking about the noise, like, how do you silence the noise, or how do people think within that noise, or you know, how does it look? So have you ever, like, laid down at night, and as the kids are asleep, you know, everything slow down, so many ideas come to your mind, but most of us not gonna get up right then and you know, put those notes in our phones or write it down. So try to take mental notes of that. So I mean, that's a good point you made. In those moments when you're away from your phone, you're away from everybody else, those are moments that you really need to take mental notes of what you're thinking about, because that's when you really do a lot of thinking.
Now, you're saying some key stuff, and I think we got to dive deep, because you're using the kids, but this is real life, right? This is real life stuff. A lot of people watching this are having, like, you don't want to feel, obviously it's not your kids' fault, right? But it does, that's a real thing, right? I have kids, I'm pouring into to them. I have so much limited time for myself, or even when I try to have the time for myself, one of them comes in and it distracts that time, right? And now I have to be a good parent and give my time to my child, right? So in the midst of that, right? So how do you find yourself navigating that to still, because whatever you got to do, got to get done. So how do you navigate that to get done?
I don't know. I guess trial and error and understand. I mean, it's repetition. It sounds crazy. It may be cliche, but I mean, at the end of the day, like you just say, the job still got to get done. So just, you know, I've done it enough to where I've done it for so long to where now, you know, is able to refocus, and that's the key thing, being able to refocus or get my mind back on whatever it is, the end goal, like what is the task at hand. How many times we go in the garage and, you know, hey, today we're going to clean the garage, and then as you start cleaning the garage, you start finding things that you ain't seen in forever, and it's like, you know, it take your attention away. Nah, wait, I'll put that to the side. Let me get back to cleaning the garage. And it's kind of, it's really the same way. I mean, it's just being able to recalibrate and refocus your, you know, what your ultimate goal is, or what you're trying to accomplish.
Like that. You said something earlier too. You said it's basic, goes off the concept of comparison is a thief of all joy. You mentioned about the sell a house thing, that like when you get online, you see other people, which we're human, right? We could say that compared to like thief of all joy, but that don't diminish how I feel when I see somebody selling the house. Like you get that feeling, right? So that's a natural thing. So even in that moment, right? How does your brand allow you to see that, feel what you feel, but still use it as motivation instead of something that pushes you the other way?
Ah, man, I'm competitive, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's me, and I think that's the biggest thing. It's me against somebody. You know, it's me against the world. Or me against myself, me versus me. And it's one of the things I promise, I know Mr. Roy can attest to it, how many times you got to say to a kid, who controls you? You know what I'm saying? And you ask that. So even in that moment of seeing that, it's like, dang, you know, I still ain't so one, they on 3. But it's still, okay, well, what do I need to do? Because I control myself. I control how many people I call. I control how many showings I do. I control, you know, I control what my ultimate destiny is when it comes to real estate, and anything else that I want to accomplish. I control, you know, the amount of energy that I put into it. Am I going to see that negative or not? Because it's not negative. I even caught myself. So it's crazy. I even caught myself now. Like if I'm talking to an agent or somebody's doing something good and it's not me, I still congratulate them. I feel like I'm gonna reap that at some, at some form, So I actually, I use that, to help me get to where I'm actually trying to be.
Yeah, no, I like that. So going back to me and the focus deal. So how I lose, I think it's one you have to think about focus. So you don't lose focus all at once, right? You lose focus in small compromises, right? So your focus just doesn't go away. Like there's never a time that you're doing something or on your way to do something and you just, oh, I lost my focus. Like that doesn't happen. It's a small compromise. For example, the phone situation, we said like our focus is to go make a post, but then you get on and then you see something, you're like, oh, I'm going to do this. And then, you know what I mean? Then it's just more, those are compromises that you make that knock you off track. Even you think about the kid point that you want, some of the kids that we're in the room having a session, right? They just lose their focus. It's one kid deciding to do something crazy, then it's a triple, then another, then our focus is gone, right? It's all in small compromise. I was about to say a name, but I ain't gonna mention his name. But I think for me personally, bro, like, it's that, right? It's true, it's stopping it. Cause sometimes like you can feel the focus just going away, and then it gets to the point like it's like, all right, then you gonna tell yourself, oh, I can't do it today. Like today ain't the day. You opt yourself out of the whole experience because your brain is just all over the place and you're not logged in. So I think another conversation is kind of like for somebody, like for yourself, do you know like when you're losing, do you have how do you know when you're losing focus? Like how do you personally?
So we still use the phone. It could be reading the book last night, and it happens all the time because we as soon as the phone buzz or you hear it ding, first thing you want to do is pick it up. So reading the book and then the phone go off or it vibrates. So I pick up the phone. I'm looking at, who texting. So I'm like, okay, now I looked at who texts. Somehow, like, it just automatically go to social media and now you're scrolling. And I catch myself like, man, what I'm doing, man? Then I throw the phone and go back to the book. Yeah. So again, it's just a self-conscious. Me personally, and everybody could be different, but I self-consciously just try to get myself back on track when I see that I'm fading away from what I was supposed to be doing. Yeah. And it's easier said than done. Again, it's just, I guess for me, it's like I'm trying to be a better me. You know what I'm saying? So those little things, and again, because so when we talk about the end goal, whether we trying to achieve or make $1 million at the end of the year, or just trying to, again, just be a better person in 2026 than we were in 2025. Okay, so where was I last year around this time? If I was doing the same thing, did I let the phone distract me from reading? I don't want that to be a hindrance anymore. So now, okay, it started to happen, but now I'm trying to create that habit. Atomic Habits. I'm still reading a book too. But now I'm creating that to where now I'm saying to myself, man, what you doing? Throw the phone, go back to the book. Yeah. So now I'm mentally telling myself, now when I pick up the phone, all right, just throw it away.
Yeah, y'all already know how I get. Who am I? Where am I going? Right. So I think everything goes back to this. It's the framework. Who am I? Where am I going? So if you're if you're losing focus, right? If you have like, this is the goal, this is what I said, this is the where I'm going, like, it's easy to see. Like you're drifting right now. You're going the wrong direction, so you're able to get back on track. And I think that framework, like you understanding that. So what's the most important thing? And I'm going to give some tips too. So like right now, each day, even in the where you're going, right, the big goal, like where I'm trying to go, what's the most important thing today to be able to get done? I think we have to be able to mentally be able to have those frameworks for ourselves, because if we just go into a day and obviously we know the big goal where we're trying to go, but we just go into there and we don't have no tag. Like, what do I need to do today to get done? Check mark, like checking it off the list, then it becomes heavy, right? And now we doing a social media thing. Now we talking on the phone with people. Now we doing everything that's taking us away from our goal. So when you understand the destination, you understand where you're going. If it doesn't align, like if what you're doing doesn't align with that, you understand that you off the wrong track. So it helps you get back on. So I think that's key. And it makes me think, so is focus a skill or is it a discipline? Like, do you learn how to be focused, or is it just in you? Like you have to.
No, I think you can learn how to do it, and it's crazy you said that. And then you were talking, and I was about to go there, but you bringing it back. So like we deal with a lot of kids that you hear the teacher say, parents be the first thing they say, my son has ADHD. Yeah, all of us do. I got it myself. However, I'm able to, get myself on track or teach myself how to, put the phone down and refocus. And I think a lot of times when I deal with kids, and I had a kid last week, Oh man, so I looked at him. Well, I didn't look at him. We were talking, and I said something that he didn't like, and he was just standing at me, mugging me. So I'm like, I said, bro, what did I do to you? He was like, I got a bad attitude. So he's telling me he got a bad attitude, but I'm like, I said, okay, so now that you know you got a bad attitude, if I said something you don't like, looking at me is not going to solve whatever the problem is. I said, but you know what? I'll call your grandma real quick. Oh, no, Mr. Eddie, don't call me. So it's like, okay, well, that's going to help you refocus that you looking at an adult in a crazy manner. Like, bro, you already knew this. Some people have allowed you to think on this bad attitude for so long. So that's what you naturally went to. But when you know you're getting it for him in this moment, it's like, okay, well, if you know you're about to get mad because somebody done said something, you might want to think about what your grandma gonna say to you, you know what I'm saying, if you react to that. So I think it's that type of situation.
No, that's fire. And I was, as you been saying that, I was thinking it back to, if you think about all the times you've been distracted, right? Or the times you lost focus and you start doing it somewhere else, right? Because most of the time, well, for me, I speak for me personally, when I lose focus sometimes, you ever scrolled on your phone, right? You scrolled on your phone for a long amount of time, and then when you got done, you finally threw the phone, and then you're like, bro, you thought about all the things you could have did with that time. Like, you like, bro, I could have literally got done with X, Y, Z in that time that I just wasted. So think about through your life, think about all that time, if you could calculate all that time and put it into doing something that will push you forward, like where you will be in your life, right? And if we could pause, and I want you on the other side of this camera, this is what I need you to do in this moment, right? Think about all the time that we waste away. Wasteless relationship, wasteless environments, wasteless people, you know what I mean? Just to say that we understand that we not getting nothing from, right? I was told a long time ago, like, we have to invest our time. A lot of us spend time, and when you spend something, you don't give it back. You have to invest your time, right? So when you invest your time, if I'm with you, we relationship, that means we're investing in each other. I'm not going anywhere if you want me to spend time with you. If we're going to do something together, that means we invested in each other, and we're going to have an invested relationship. So both of us are getting a return on it, right? So I'm at the point of my life, I don't spend time. So if you call me, hey, I want to spend some time with you, I can't do it. I'm busy. If we want to invest time and we're going to do something to grow, then I'm all for it. But that's where you have to be. So I want y'all to do that. Think about the times, the places and where you're at, where you're spending time and you're giving all your time and not getting nothing back for it. Like, we got to be in the season right now. It's over for that. We in the winning season, right? You in the season where you operate out of your greatness, where you own your greatness, and anything you do, you're going to get a return for it, right? So we're going to invest our time in everything we do. So I need you guys to really calculate that and make sure you align, right? So, the rocket, it makes me think of, like, what long term, right? What long term, what can, you know what I mean, the noise and or wasting time or the distractions long term, how can that affect you long term?
If we allow it to
if you're staying distracted,
you're gonna be where you at today. You know what I'm saying? And I think for most people, they say you want to be, as long as I can be better tomorrow than I am today, you know, I'm pretty good. But if you stay in that, if you're not able to, if you're wasting time, you're gonna be in that same position. You're gonna be looking at everybody else, you know, excelling and achieving the things that they want in life, and you still gonna be wondering, why am I still here? So I mean, honestly, that's the simplest way to put it.
I kind of want to talk about how to get into the practical part of it. Like, so what does, like, real focus look like practically? Like, so, because again, you could preach to people, you could say things to people, what does that actually look like? And I think what real focus looks like is like owning your clock, right? If you 24 hours in a day, we all are given that. It's a gift from God that we have 24 hours. If we're allowed to breathe, just 24 hours is going off the clock no matter what you do. How can we own and be most effective in that time, right? So that's being structured, that's having systems to your day and owning your clock. When I say owning your clock, that means you operate I understand to the T what it's going to do. And the cool thing about it, you could put that time for leisure in there. You could put that time for you to go on the phone and scroll and in the window that you do it in, but you own that, right? But the time that you're not doing that, you operate it out of excellence, right?
I got a weekly schedule routine. So Monday, go to the gym. I take cues of the school. After that, I do breakfast, coffee, and friendly calls. So to your point, I made sure that within that time invested in that time frame, I do put time in there for leisure. You know what I'm saying? That's a real thing, because if not, then my homeboy may call me. You know, when I'm supposed to be reading, or when I'm supposed to be looking up properties or at a school with kids, and if it's something, if I put more energy into him, then you know I'm not getting the ultimate job done. So what you're saying is definitely spot on.
No, that's fine. So what made you do that? What made you get to the point where you did that?
So trying to be better than I was in 2025. I mean, I felt what little things can I do? And again, it's nothing. I think people get so confused or they let social media knock them off the track of thinking that success is something that's big. No, it's the little things that you do day to day. So 2025, I just I wanted to go back. How can I be more strategic? How can I be more or gets better in 2026? What are the little things that I need to do? And it's just, okay, well, creating a routine of what I needed to do in order to make sure that I was winning the day. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, well, let me put this together. And now that, it definitely helped. Not that I don't, like you said, we people, we human beings, man, things happen where I don't follow it some days, but at the end of the day, I can go back to it like I just did and say, okay, well, let me go back, let me refocus and go back to what I started out with.
Yeah, I think for me, and that's something so like how you added in a call with friends, and that's how you have to really understand what's most important to you. I had jumped into a season to my life, and I'm kind of in it, but I don't want to be in it, kind of just being open with vulnerable with what situation I'm dealing with. So like even relationships with like some of my close friends, like I've been so locked in, and I've been, I had a kid, fiance. So there's things additions to my life that happened where my time had got more limited and other things needed my focus. So phone call, and I'm not a big phone person anyway, right? I don't really like sitting on the phone just talking all day. That I just don't like it. But there are still relationships that I have that I want to be able to pour into. But some of those relationships are like long distance relationships, and there are friends that are here. But over time, once you don't talk to somebody, you don't make the time, then that relationship pulls further away. And I have some close friends that our relationships are pulled further away, and I don't want it to be that way. But again, the time that I have, I got to put it into the things that's most important. And I'm not saying that this isn't important. I just have to figure it. Me personally, I have to figure out how to make it count, right? To put this in my schedule, to control my clock and be able to have this, because this is something I want. And I share that with you, vulnerably, because this is what you're probably dealing with, right? You're probably dealing with that same fate. Like, I want to do this. I just ain't got the time. I rather have or whatever it is. I know you understand me. I know you feel me, but you got to be able to find out. And again, that comes by controlling your clock, scheduling it out. He just literally said he has time for friendly calls, right? I need time for friendly calls. So and sometimes what we put in our brain that these calls have to be all, you know what I mean? It can be a 5-minute, hey bro, hey sis, just tapping in. You good? All right, cool. Bam, we gone. And then there may be one day that you can ride out for an hour or whatever, but just the consistent part of it, maybe a 2-3 month phone call, text or whatever. We just have to make time. And they do say we make time for the things that's important. So I want to make sure I want to share that with you because you may be dealing with the same thing. But what I want to do now, man, the practical is still on the tip of being practical. 3 things, right? Three things that folks watching can do to become more focused. Like what are some things that you got for them?
Yeah. Read Atomic Habits. It's a good book. I can't think it was something Cleary. But read Atomic Habits. That's definitely been helping me build more structure around the schedule that I made, but also making a schedule, like really in your 24 hours or, you got 24 hours within that 10 to 14 hour time period, from the time you get up to the time you let out what are the things that you got to do, help you build that out. And then now you're able to structure your day accordingly or move around that structure accordingly. And then finally it's just being able to, talk to yourself. And when I say talk to yourself, nothing crazy, but I think we heard it at the conference too. Being able to talk to yourself when I see that I'm on my phone, I put the phone down. I actually say it. It seemed crazy, but I'm helping myself refocus.
Yeah, no, I like that. Talk to yourself. Mine would be controlling your environment. I think 2 of them: controlling your environment, and then I think I just said it earlier. So controlling your environment and deciding what matters most. So controlling your environment and deciding, and I'm adding and eliminate what doesn't. So those are 3 things you can do. So controlling your environment, right? So the environment that you're in, the people that you're around, right? Making sure you're in an environment of excellence, because where your focus go, your energy flows, your focus go, wherever one it is. Like the environment you is really has something to do with that. Make sure you're in an environment that's conducive to where you're trying to go, being around the people you are. And those people will push you towards, and those people will be working towards, so it'll be easier to stay focused, right? It makes me think about the young man we mentored at Liberty, right? He wanted to do good in his life, but his home life just was terrible, right? He was going home, people were smoking weed, mom and brothers in and out the house doing their thing. Mom can't control the house. So I'm trying my best to do good. I want to be an athlete. I want to do this. But when I'm going home, I'm getting secondhand smoke, people yelling, like it's the environment. So your environment can literally crush you, right? He didn't choose that, right? But he was in that, bro. You have a choice. Hopefully you have a choice to make your environment better. The next thing, figuring out what matters. So day to day, when you wake up, like, this is what matters most today. Like today, these are the things that I'm going to get done, and making sure you're knocking out a to-do list each and every day, Xing it out, to be able to measure yourself at the end of the day and be able to say either I did it, I did it, or I didn't do it, right? So that's key. And then Xing everything else, eliminating the things that don't matter, right? When you say what does matter, that phone call might not matter today. That's cool. We eliminate things that, because it becomes heavy. Everything, when I feel like I need to do all these things, it starts to become heavy. And now I don't do nothing because of the heaviness of it all. I just, oh my gosh. And then people start talking about they overwhelmed and anxiety and all. Like, we give ourselves these things, right? Because we just put all these things in our head that doesn't matter. We cloud our brain, and now we have anxiety. Now we don't. And I know some people deal with that stuff, but most of us give ourselves that, right? So we just making sure that you're controlling your clock and doing those different things. So I think that is the key, man. So yeah, man, I hope that y'all take this information right. Again, I think we're living in a social media day and age, right? Where information is everywhere, where chaos is everywhere, where cloudiness is everywhere, and you have to be choose. In this season, more than ever, you have to be focused than ever. I just said that attention is the currency, right? Attention is number one currency right now, and most people are giving it away, right? Or spending it on things that don't matter. I just said that we're spending our time, and we need to start investing the time. So that's a mindset switch. From spending my time to investing my time. That's just literally your mind switching things around. And when you start thinking about it that way, because if it was your money, it was the money that you earn, and you think about from spending and investing, and you wouldn't just be putting your money into anything, right? If you were going to be putting your money into something you know you wasn't going to get it back, you will be choosing it wisely. Your time should be as valuable as your money, because your attention is number one currency over your money. So if your attention is going somewhere, you're spending your money somewhere, you're being, before you spend your dollars, you got to figure out this, that before you spend a dollar. Do that with your time as well. Before you go spend your time, or put your time or attention to something, make sure you're crossing out the boxes to make sure it aligns. So man, that's me, man. I hope this episode, man, encouraged you, inspired you to make sure that you're not spending your focus anywhere else that doesn't get you to where you're going. Who am I? Where am I going? Make sure you answer those questions, and man, make sure you take control of your life, man. So Rocky, what you got for the people before we spin off?
Man, you said it all. Atomic Habits. I'm gonna find a matter of fact, as you finish up, I'm gonna find the name of the book. I mean the author. Oh, there you go, right there.
What it is?
James Clear. Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Yeah. So the noise isn't your fault, isn't the problem, right? So the noise is the problem. Your boundaries are. Set some boundaries for your life. Protect your focus, protect your energy. This is the peace that we cannot buy. All that there right there. So making sure you're aligning yourself, man. Stop what you're doing right now. Like, subscribe, and comment. Another episode of EL2A Podcast, man. I said it in the beginning. We're going to keep giving you these episodes. My hope that you take something from it, man. Or if anything, this episodes get you thinking, right? Get you thinking about who you are, where you're going, and think about how you can eliminate distractions, how you can control your focus. So make sure you like, subscribe, or comment, and share this episode with 3 people. Cut Different Academy coming soon. We got an info session on March 7th. Make sure y'all tapping in with that. That'll be over in MLK in Ocala, Florida, over at the community building. All right, we have a casino night that's gonna be lit. All right, we always have fun for the casino night. The proceeds for this event will be going over to our Summer Leadership Academy. So make sure y'all come show some love, man. Good vibes, good energy, community, love, all those different things, man. We just having a fun time, impacting lives and changing our generation. So we hope that y'all will join in on it, and we're gonna keep this thing going. But Rocky, what you got?
Man, that's it. Get focused.
All right, get focused, man. We'll see y'all next time.